1 to 4 family contract, paragraph 14, casualty loss. What this paragraph is stating that if anything happens, if there's a casualty loss, which requires an insurance payment, right, an insurance claim, right, it has to be restored. Now, if there's any damage to the property while it's under contract, the seller has to restore it. This is specifically talking about insurance, right? If it's damaged by fire or other casualty after the effective date, the seller shall. What does that mean? The seller has to restore the property to its previous condition as soon as reasonably possible, but in any event by the closing date. So that statement right there says if there's damage to the property, it has to be restored by the closing date. If the seller fails to do so due to factors beyond seller's control, the buyer may, 1, terminate the contract and get the earnest money back, right? Or the buyer could extend the time for performance up to 15 days, and the closing date will be extended up to 15 days. If it's not done by then, terminate and get the earnest money back. Or C, accept the property. Now, this is the one that causes complications, right? Accept the property in its damaged condition with an assignment of insurance proceeds if permitted by seller's insurance carrier. I have seen where this could be an issue because the seller's insurance carrier will not do an assignment of proceeds, and that complicates things. So if y'all are going to do that, if you're discussing that, the seller needs to get in touch with their insurance agent, go through that, and get the paperwork and proof that they will assign the proceeds to the buyer after closing in order to get the repairs completed. Okay. Here's the second part. And they will receive a credit from seller at closing for the deductible under the insurance policy. So if they have a 1% deductible and it's $300,000 house, $3,000 credit to the buyer for that. Now, the seller's obligation under this paragraph are independent of any other obligations the seller has under this contract. So this is separate from anything else the seller has agreed to do and separate. So a couple of things here with casualty loss and insurance. Make sure that the seller keeps their insurance. Listing agents do not let the seller advise the seller not to cancel their insurance until it funds. So don't call ahead to the insurance company and say, hey, we're closing on the 15th, in my insurance on the 15th. Don't do that. After they close, after it funds, then they call their insurance company, and maybe it's the 17th, and they tell the insurance company, hey, we closed on the 15th, terminate my insurance as of the 15th. Typically, the insurance company will cancel it as of the 15th. But don't let the insurance fade away, right? Don't let it terminate, okay? Because if closing's delayed a couple of days and we don't have insurance on it, that could be an issue. And buyers, make sure, when we're talking about insurance, buyers get their insurance during the option period. So they call their insurance agent, they give them the address, they give them the information, they can call the buyer's agent, get the information, but get a binder to see if they will insure the property. So just make sure they're doing that during the option period, because there are cases where insurance companies are not covering specific properties and even people. So keep that in mind. All right. So casualty loss, hope that helps.